Блять, сложно. Ну давай, давай. Уйди! Уйди! А типа сейчас кино будут показывать? Ну это прям жесть. Итак, всем привет. Вы снова на канале SlenVD, и мы продолжаем с вами проходить Alan Wake 2. В прошлой серии мы спасли бога грома, вот этого бедолагу, из власти Синтии Уивер, которая была в первой части Светлой Леди, а во второй стала какой-то маромыгой ведьмовской. Ну, в общем, погнали базарить с Тором.
Damn right. Lots for me to explain. But not here. The night's got ears. We can have our talk in your head. You have a room there, right?
How do you know about that?
I'm your grandfather. What don't I know?
Ну, они в натуре дофига знают, походу. Еще не пропил свой мозг.
How is that possible?
We all have the power. Find the truth. Damn right I do. Odin already told you you're a seer. You can gaze into their heads, see the truth. See past the lies. Past this bullshit horror story. Us Andersons aren't bound by it. You can fight it. Don't be the story. Make the story.
It's true. I am a seer. I have a power. My mind place is more than I thought it was. This isn't my intuition. I'm seeing their thoughts. Is this why I know the truth about Logan? While everyone else forgot? I have the clicker. Can I use it to save my daughter?
An amp. Get your guitar roaring and your drums crashing. Blow reality's eardrums. Just the light switch isn't enough. It's Tom's story we're dealing with, so he's gotta be the one to rewrite it. After that's done, he can flick that switch to bring the whole thing home, baby.
I can't use the clicker without Wake. Tom, meaning Wake, he needs to rewrite the story first. I can't stop the horror story without him.
Так, почему они называют Алана Уэйка Томом? Вот это мне ни хера вообще непонятно.
You said you were my grandfather. If that's true, why wasn't I told about you?
You were part of our fucked up family way before this horror story. I was a shitty fucking dad, Freya.
Фрея.
Your mom didn't deserve that.
А, ее мать Фрея звали?
Things were said and done. Not a day goes by I haven't regretted it. But that fucking father of yours didn't make things any easier. I know Freya is gone. So I need to apologize to you. I am sorry, Saga.
I can see he's sorry. Mom said she didn't want anything to do with my grandfather. And that my father died before I could remember. It all matches. Tor and Odin aren't part of my family.
Так, а кто батя такой?
Mom wouldn't talk about my father. You knew him?
Some doors are better left closed. Your dad was a complicated bastard. Always thinking too many steps ahead. That's not how we work. There was trouble, and then he was gone. I didn't handle it well. Freya didn't want anything to do with me after that. I can't blame her.
I never knew my dad or my mom's family. So many broken relationships in my past. I won't lose mine. With Logan. With David. I won't stop until they're safe.
Ну, пока вообще ни хера не понятно.
You said you were a shitty father to my mom. Is that why she left?
never looked back. My girl was strong. Freya always thought our powers had a dangerous side. Odin and me did fuck with things that should not have been fucked with. Your mom had common sense. She raised you right. Kept you safe. I'm not surprised she didn't tell you about the Anderson power.
She was always protecting me. Whenever I told my mom about my mind place, she called it make-believe. I wish she'd been more honest with me. At least towards the end.
Так. Вообще пока ни хера не понятно. Собственно, в этом всегда и была, наверное, прелесть.
Wake needs to be the one to rewrite the ending. And I'll need to keep an eye on him. Overlaps require pieces of art to enter. Is that because of the dark place's focus on art?
Так, что там по культу дерева? Ё-моё. Так, кто в него входит? Илма, понятно.
Doesn't make sense. Sure.
Вот это мы много всего понаоткрывали.
The way Tor behaved? I'm surprised my mom hung around for as long as she did. But he is genuinely sorry.
А, ну тут само, видимо, сейчас разложится. Потому что мы прошли этот момент.
I already took care of all this.
Ну да, я вообще сейчас ничего не делаю. Оно все само раскладывается.
Yup. Already got the answers to these.
Охереть. Игра сама в себя играет.
Wake wrote Logan into the story. He had no right to use her like this. There is still time to make him fix it. I won't give him a choice. Tor is here, in the overlap. Gotta find him and get the fuck out.
А эти что не разложила? Ну, мать, ну ты... Еще что-то должно было быть. Так, ну вроде все.
Thanks for telling me this, Tor. I need to go find Wake. To stop this.
The old gods of Asgard will be ready to help. Me and my bro will bring the rock when you need it. Remember, your daughter is alive. Just kept from you by this bullshit horror story.
I needed to hear that. Thanks, Grandpa.
Ну ты давай тут это, короче, не откисай.
Don't worry about me, kiddo.
А нам надо
I'll drag my sorry
отправиться в управление шерифа.
ass 2 shots of the Anderson's finest. We'll fix this over. See you soon, son.
The FBC is holding wake at the sheriff's station. I need to make Agent Estevez understand. They have wake, and I have the clicker. We have to work together to stop this.
Вообще тупо согласен.
Casey, do you read me, Casey? Damn it. Where are you, Casey? He better be okay. Focus, Saga. Get to the station. To wake.
Так, надо к Алану, да? Как туда, блядь, пройти? Ни хера не видно. Кто вот эту карту такую сделал? Куда мы идем вообще? Ага. Куда-то вышли. А нельзя, ну, тачку подрезать? Я не намекаю на цвет кожи Саги, просто наш агент ФБР, она может такая, типа, всем стоять, ФБР, мне нужна ваша машина и одежда. И доехать нормально. Чем пешком, блядь, должны идти. Видимо, нельзя. Ты куда идти? А, нихера, тут еще область такая огромная. Ну, мне, честно говоря, чуть-чуть западло ходить там исследовать. Это я сейчас, если туда забреду, это, блядь, все, это до конца серии. Меня и никто и не увидит больше. С хера ли ты пистолет достал? Да, Сага-то хорош, что-то так стонать. Тут не так уж и больно тебе пришлось. Куда иду? Вроде правильно иду. Хер его дальше знает. Нам надо в Брайт Фоллс вернуться. Это я знаю точно. Дом престарелых Вальгалла. Да, туда нам. Я не буду исследовать эту ранее затопленную область, потому что это еще на несколько, блядь, часов, если не больше. Так, сохранились. Угу. Ну, кстати, мы же прошли главу за Сагу, поэтому давайте за Вейка. За Вейка тоже пройдем. Чё нет, чё его обделять, он-то так-то главный герой. Игра же называется не Сага Андерсон 2, а Алан Вейк 2, так что все, главный герой Алан. Определили. Добраться до Парламент Тауэр.
Scratch was closing in, gaining control. I couldn't let him escape the dark place. I had to keep him from Alice.
Я полностью с этим согласен, поэтому погнали. Можно было бы какую-нибудь музычку врубить в лифте, типа тари-рарай, рарай, рарай, рарай.
Go to hell!
Это было неожиданно. Интересно, у него реально, ну, типа, лифт прям в дом въезжает. Типа, это ж вход в квартиру, я так понимаю. Кстати, нам там Элис начала орать, что типа go to hell. Вся шляпа и так далее. А это что? А, Элис, типа, звонил, не ответила. Как так? Творческие личности что создают. Твой друг Барри. Вступил он в секту, короче. Привет из Голливуда, все понятно.
For months after Ellen died, I didn't leave the apartment. I was flattened by the confusion, the shock, the guilt, fear. I could barely get out of bed. Barry Wheeler started visiting. He even cooked me meals. I couldn't stand the guy when I first met him, but he's a better friend than I gave him credit for.
По-любому и не только еду готовил. 100%.
Even after he moved out west.
Alice's work had consumed the apartment. Her whole life.
One morning, I saw a deer soar past my bedroom window. It was a balloon of some cartoon animal. And I looked out at the street below, and I saw a little girl crying. Like losing that balloon had just ended her whole world. It was the perfect image of the horror of caring. And that's when I got myself out of bed. And I picked up my camera.
И вот это вот наснимала. Вот это вот шляп, мать. Лучше бы ты, конечно, не вставала бы и не брала камеру.
There was something in the dark. Something I needed to see, to show. The more shadows I photographed and filmed, the more I felt like I was on the verge of a breakthrough. I submerged myself in it. I only went out at night. My search became obsessive, but I still had no idea what I was looking for.
Ну, такое, конечно, ты, мать, наснимала.
There's a world hidden behind ours. A dark tide ebbing and flowing against reality. Faces in the shadows. Fear of the dark is really just fear of what could be, that vast, paralyzing ocean. But photography can freeze reality in a snapshot, put a cage around the infinite and capture it. I need to prove those faces are really there.
Походу, поехала она. чутка Баштановым. Куда это нас, блядь, перенесли? Дверь вот эта со спиралью. Это ж была в доме престарелых.
The full manuscript of a novel. Return. A horror story about the dark presence escaping from the dark place, taking over Bright Falls. I couldn't remember writing it. I had not written it. I would never write this. I knew who had. Scratch. A monster with my face. If this story came true, Scratch would get out, people would die. Destroying the manuscript, it wouldn't stop it from happening. I would have to fix it, edit it. I could not change the genre of the story. I'd have to work within the constraints set by Scratch. I needed someone in the story to fight the darkness. Saga Anderson. I kept seeing her in my visions. She was already in Bright Falls, already involved, but she was not in Return. Not yet. I'd write her in. Try to stop Scratch within the limits of the horror story. It was almost impossible. It was taking too long. I had not reached the end.
Вот это, конечно.
Scratch stopped me before I could finish my edits to the manuscript. The memory of my edits was already fading. Terrible things would happen if the manuscript came true. Scratch was there, at Parliament Tower, undoing my work. He could use the story to escape. He could go after Alice.
Ну это прям жесть.
Zane had said we worked on Return together. That was a lie. Scratch wrote Return. I would pay Zane another visit. He had guided me to 2 murder sites. I needed a new one to get back to Parliament Tower. A new draft of initiation.
Ебать, как из Матрицы, как будто этот флешбэк поймал.
I don't have time for this, so let's get over with. Tell me, was this all fake? A show?
No one said otherwise, Mr. Wake. It was to indulge you, but we can stop pretending now.
Masks come off.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I don't even think you know who's under your mask, but you know how to make things difficult for yourself. Only these rules. Endless, convoluted loops you insist on going through. You are so lucky, you know. There are so many people helping you. Armies of people. Myself. Your wife.
Alice. I need to get to her. She's in danger.
She is. Because of you. And so is someone important to me, someone you pulled into this.
Блять!
Doors. Peeking in. Reaching through to get what you want, and that puts you in my path.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have to go now.
Maybe you will make it through this time. This has gone on long enough. This and our night springs. It was a nice distraction.
It's time someone gave me a straight answer here.
The next time we meet, the circumstances will be very different. And you would do well to return the favor by playing your part. Or stay out of my way, Mr. Wig.
Whatever you say. Door, Zane, the masks were finally coming off. Was it a sign I was closer to escaping? I had no time to waste.
Блять, я только что на секунду, когда вот этот дуэр сказал, типа, что ты втянул, на этот раз ты втянул, типа, кого-то, кто очень важен для меня. А это, блядь, не Сага ли? А не отец ли он Саги, а? Кого еще Алан Вейк сейчас втянул? Ну, Элис, она была и в прошлой части, это жена Вейка. И все вот эти приколы. Кто? Ну, блядь, агент Кейси точно нет. Агент СТВС, она с Федерального бюро контроля. Тут все понятно. Ну, Алан втянул только Сагу. Получается, Сага это либо, ну, близкая этого Дуэйра. Охереть. Блядь, тут столько уже сил и столько сущностей замешано в этой истории. Что это просто... Покажите, кто там. Олень.
Here is the light at the end of the Jumalauta, that held you close, Tom. Mutta go onward, set the granny in the snow. When the panic is biggest, the help is also near.
Door didn't seem happy to see me this time.
Hearing the master is the root of wisdom. But don't let the game get you down. He's playing his role. Maybe put him in your films, Tom, like you have put me. Sehän olisikin.
What films?
I'm a fan of your masterworks. There is Tom the Poet, my favorite, and Öden Ö is the most famous one.
Öden Ö. Нормальное название фильма.
What I hear? that it's coming back to cinemas soon. Is there a bottom to this rumor?
I need to get back to my apartment. Can you help me?
Well, plan is half done. You asked me to make sure you won't forget mikä se valokuva oli? The light pictures. The photos your artist wife took. They are waiting in the shoebox in the basement. What you leave behind, you find in front of you.
Okay. Thanks, Adi.
Найти обувную коробку в подвале. Погнали. Вот коробка. Не она. Не она.
To get to Parliament Tower, I needed to find a murder site. Zane would know where to find one.
Опять в гостиницу.
Inside this messy maze of blood trails I was chasing the cult through, I ran into the filmmaker, Thomas Zane, an esoteric bohemian with a hard-on for acts of cruelty performed in the name of occult nonsense. A director wants to control every aspect of the world in their films. Is the cult leader any different? Was Zane just another alias for Scratch? There was a rumor that Wake and Zane had been working on something together. I was going to get the truth out of Zane with whatever means necessary.
Я уже, честно, теряю немного связь между тем, что реально там в этом мире, и тем, что нет.
Zane's room, 665, was upstairs. The elevator would take me there.
Короче, очень-очень сильный сюжет, очень интересно написано, но, блять, сложно. Ибо все очень-очень перепутано.
Something told me Zane wouldn't be happy to see me this time.
Опа-на.
I'm in control now. The second you try anything, I will shoot you in the head. Scratch wrote Return, not me. You're a fucking liar.
You'd given up. You stopped writing. You said it was too dangerous, that we didn't deserve to get out. And then he showed up. Scratch. He promised to write. To get me the hell out of here. He was magnificent. A visionary. I mean, it was art. Then, when he finished, he took Return and left me behind.
It's still here, and so is he.
I know I fucked up. But you can still catch him before he gets out. before he gets to your wife. When you get to him, don't hesitate. Kill the bastard for what he did to us. There's a murder site in my cinema where my film Nightless Night is playing.
Ух, нихера.
I told you not to try anything!
Oh, mercy. Thousands have gone missing, beyond the labyrinth of me. When you're lost in your own company. And cut! Oh. Now that is drama.
What the fuck? I had a million questions about Zane, but I had more pressing
У
concerns.
меня вообще куча вопросов. И ни одного ответа.
I had to find the movie theater Poets Cinema. The next murder site was there. Zane had created the film in tandem with Return to escape the dark place.
Тупо миллион вопросов. Это базару нет, это очень сильно. Но ни хера тут не объясняется, ни хера непонятно. Все по наитию, все иносказательно, все в каких-то двойных, тройных, четверных смыслах. Это, блять, очень сильно. Угу. Не работает. Итак, мы выяснили, что нам нужно в кинотеатр попасть. Ох, нихера. Далековато идти. Ну давай, давай. Сказали же лежать. Точнее, я не говорил, извините. Всем лежать нахер. Следующий, кто нападет, умрет. Не то чтобы предыдущие два выжили, но сам факт. Все, нет желания, да, выпендриваться? То-то же. Ах ты ж собака бешеная, недобитая. Я, кажется, предупредил, да? Надеюсь, на нашем пути больше не будет мудаков. Да ты заколебешь. Камон! Давай, кто следующий, блядь? Нету следующих. Вот, так бы и сразу. Это что-то прыгали, там кидались куда-то кого-то. О, 3 заряда сейчас потрачу, батареек не будет. А тут еще куча мудаков сейчас будет. Пытаемся пробежать. Раз, мимо одного. Как в догонялках в детстве, смотри. Хопа, уклоняемся. Опа. Видали? Да, давай, 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 рассказывай. Хе-хе-хе. Чё ты можешь? Чё ты можешь? Вот стой там и не выпендривайся, бедолага. Что ты можешь? Давай, что ты можешь? Ничего не можешь? Блять, уйди! Уйди! Валан, ты чё, блядь, тупишь? Я тебя туда не просил залазить. О! На, билет в кино. И как это... А, вот как ее посмотреть.
Something kept me going. A broken man. No hope, no prospects, no love. Too stubborn to die. Like a cockroach with a misguided sense of honor and justice in a city where there can never be justice.
Бля, это такие флешбеки, он просто сплошными отрывками из Макса Пейна разговаривает. Без шуток, это прям тупо Макс Пейн Легаси, так сказать.
I felt like I'd been on this case looking for the cult of the word for a lifetime or more. The only case I'd ever been on. They would surface from the dark with their depraved acts of violence and fade back into the night, leaving behind bloody crime scenes and clues heavy with obscure meanings that led nowhere. Arriving at the cinema, I felt a monumental, terrifying revelation trembling before me, ready to open its jaws and swallow me whole.
This place had significance to the cult. There was something to use there. I needed a new draft of the story. One that would get me ahead of Scratch. The first step toward the murder site. I was making progress.
Слово ремонта. Так, слово ремонта плинтус.
Did I stop writing at some point? I can't stop. There's too much at stake.
Так, сохранились. О, это ж фильм вот этот Йо, про который Ахти тут базарил.
Someone had barricaded themselves in the room.
Может, можно это исправить? Карту кинотеатра нашли. О, батареечки. Батареечки. Тут что-то еще можно найти. Чем поживиться? Давайте поменяем. Мы же внутри, правильно я понимаю?
I changed the story, and with that, the dark place changed.
А, новая сцена.
Do you a lot of good to talk, buddy.
It wasn't in the
Это же голос Илмо.
So we made our new members believe. Two of New York's finest. They had performed endless favors to earn their place among us. We had something special waiting for them. And something very special for you, Alex Casey.
Who's your leader? Alan Wake? Scratch? Zane? Give me a name!
You will meet him soon enough.
There was no end to the corruption. It fit the genre, so I'd use it.
Ну, погнали. Сливки Нью-Йорка использовать. Главное, с другой белой жидкостью не перепутать. Ну, кто-то уже перепутал. Дали как размазал. Так, нам, по идее, куда? Не, ну для сливок Нью-Йорка прям вообще не подходит. Парашу расписали прям знатно. Аптечка. Лови аптечку. Так. Здесь мы были. Давайте. Походу нам туда. Там новую сцену слышу. Да ты заколебешь. Дружище, так нельзя делать. Это слишком неожиданно. Так, что, меняем? Меняем тогда этот... Давайте сливки используем сразу. Мне двойной латте. Видимо... А, нет, все верно.
circling Thomas Zane were a bottomless rabbit hole. I'd done some digging. To film freaks, he was a mythic auteur in the art house cinema. A rising star coming to America from Finland. But he only created one film, Tom the Poet, before he went missing, mirroring the vanishing of the main character in the movie, played by himself. The biggest mystery was around his lost film, an early work made in Finland, Nightless Night, rumored to have mystic properties. Some claimed it was a snuff film, that the ritual murder in the film was an actual murder. There were no known surviving copies, but the cult chased it as if it were their unholy grail, just like Wake's books were.
Ух ты, ё-моё. А типа сейчас кино будут показывать? А это, видимо, только подготовка к показу. Дайте пройти, ну пожалуйста. Не бейте, лучше обоссыте. Все, можно? Можно? Сидите, ребят, не вставайте. До конца сеанса не надо вставать. Вам напитки принесут, туалет, все есть. Никуда не ходите, все хорошо.
A sad bunch of clowns in funny masks and hoods, pretending to be a secret society.
Maybe it is you who's playing a role, Mr. Casey. A role carefully laid out for you. A puppet blindly performing the ritual steps for the glory of the cult. Huh?
What the fuck have you been smoking?
Nightless Night. A clip of the lost film survived. You will see, Mr. Casey. In the Nightless Night, you will finally see.
Nightless Night was Zane's film. It played a role in this story. What is this?
Это Бобо было сейчас. Он с этой, с нашей лампой, получается, стоит. Давайте, ребята, ну хорош. Сидите вот там, никого не трогайте. Оно вам надо? Не надо. Вот и сидите, отдыхайте. О, зашли в безопасность наконец-таки. Так, бля, давайте сохранимся. Собственно, на этом, думаю, серию можно было бы и закончить. А продолжим исследовать, место убийства. И двигаться дальше по сюжету. Мы уже в следующей серии прохождения Alan Wake. В общем, разбирайтесь по сюжету, что происходит вместе со мной. Смотрите предыдущие серии. Пишите ваши теории и версии в комментариях, что вообще происходит и чем все это закончится. И очень скоро, я так предполагаю, мы узнаем, чем все закончилось на самом деле, потому что, по моим личным ощущениям, сюжет уже, скажем так, двигается к развязке. В общем, всем спасибо за просмотр и до встречи в следующей серии.